Crews in India are still dousing the wreckage of an airliner that crashed as it overshot the runway Saturday morning, killing nearly 150 people. 8 survivors were pulled from the debris. The Boeing 737 went down as it overshot the runway at a tricky hilltop.
I don't know. It's boiling tea the Indian way in my kitchen. There are a lot of women I don't know in my kitchen, whispering in the pantry, and try not to ask me where my things are kept.
This reminds me of when my sons were small. On Mother's Day, or when Vikram and I were tired, they would make big and sloppy omelets.
I would lie in my bed pretending I didn't hear them.
Are you worried about money?
Don't bother Mrs. Babe. This is the pip. What official word now?
They're acting evasive, ma. They're saying it could be an accident or a terrorist bomb.
I haven't gone to their bedroom since Kusum came running across the front lawn in her bathrobe. She looks so funny. I was laughing when I opened the door.
So.
Cry out to the Lord and be saved. But that's not the way it happens always.
Damn! How can these preachers carry on like nothing's
I
happened?
remember preaching up north one time and a girl came
want to
forward
tell
and she
him
says, I need
you're
to be
not that
broken. I need to be saved.
You look at the audience, and the preacher in his blue robe, with his beautiful white hair, the potted palm trees under the blue sky, and you know they care about nothing.
Yes. The doctor has given calming pills. Yes, pills are having...
I wonder if pills alone explain this calm, not peace. There's a deadening quiet. I was always controlled but never repressed. Can reach me, but my body is tense, ready to scream. I hear my voice and become cry. And their screams insulate me like headphones. I got the news first. My cousin called from Halifax before 6 a.m. Can you imagine? He'd gotten up for prayers and his son was studying for medical exams. And he heard on the rock channel that something bad happened to a plane. They said, first it had disappeared from a radar, like a giant eraser just reached out. His father called me, so I said to him, what do you mean something bad? You mean hijacking? And he said, Ben, there is no confirmation of anything yet. But check with your neighbors because a lot of them must be on that plane. So I called poor Kusum straight away. I know Kusum's husband and daughter were booked to go yesterday. Kusum lives across the street from me. Kusum and Satish have moved in less than a month. They said they needed a bigger place. Now, I wonder how many of those happy faces are gone.
Why does God give us so much if how long He intends to take it away?
I never once told him that I love him. I was too much the well-brought-up woman. I was so well brought up. I never felt comfortable calling my husband by his first name.
Mommy! You have to get dressed.
Why?
A reporter's on her way there. You want to talk to her in your bathrobe?
Leave me alone. You know what I want to do? If I didn't have to look after now, I'd hang myself.
Thanks. Don't let me stop you.
Ha! Leave your mother alone! Mr. Sharma will tackle the reporters and fill out the form. He'll say what is to be said.
You think I don't know what Mom is thinking? Whatever was that? That's sick. Mommy wishes my little sister were alive and I were dead.
She calls before she arrives. Judith Templeton is much younger than she sounded. She wears a blue suit with a white blouse and a polka dot tie. Her blonde hair is cut short. Her only jewelry is pearl drop earrings. Her briefcase is new and expensive looking, a gleaming cordovan leather. She sits with it across lap. When she looks out in the front windows onto the street, her contact lenses seem to float in front of her light blue eyes.
Partially, I've been told you knew many people on the flight. Perhaps, if you'd agree to help us reach the others.
What sort of help do you want from me?
I have no experience, that is, I have an MSW, and I've worked in liaison with accidents, but I mean I have no experience with a tragedy of this scale.
Who could?
And with the complications of culture, language, and customs, someone mentioned that Mrs. Babe is a pillar because you've taken it more calmly. I hope you understand my meaning, Mrs. Babe. There are hundreds of people in Metro directly affected like you, and some of them speaks no English. There are old parents who still haven't eaten or gotten outside their bedrooms. Some houses and apartments have been looted. Some wives are hysterical. Some husbands are in shock and in profound depression. We want to help, but our hands are tied in so many ways. We have to distribute money to some people, and there are some documents these things can be done. We have interpreter, but we don't have the human touch, or maybe the right human touch. We don't want to make mistakes, Mrs. Babe, and that is why we'd like to ask you to help us.
More mistakes, you mean?
Police matters are not in my hands.
Nothing I can do will make any difference. We must give in our own way.
But you are coping very well. All the people said, Mrs. Babe is the strongest person of all. Perhaps, if others could see you, talk with you, it would help them.
By the standards of the people you call hysterical, I'm behaving very oddly. And I mean very oddly, Miss Templeton. They would not see me as a model. I do not see myself as a model.
Can I call you again?
Of course. Feel free to call anytime.
We can't escape our fate. All those people, our husbands, your boys, my girl, all those Hindus, Christians, Sikhs, Muslims, Pari, and the atheists on that plane were fated to die together off this beautiful bay.
I think that those Irish people in the hospital are very understanding. Sometimes, understanding means freeing a tourist bus for this trip to the bay, so we could pretend to spy our loved ones to the glassiness of waves.
What's that? Out there? I see a head shape bobbing in the waves. That water felt warm, Shyla.
You can't. We have to wait for our turn to come. I haven't eaten for days. I haven't brushed my teeth.
I know. I tell myself, I have no right to grieve. They are in a better place than we are. My Swami says, I should be thrilled of them. My Swami says, depression is a sign of our selfishness.
What if my boys aren't lying pinned under the debris? What if? Do you remember what good swimmer my boys were, Kusum?
I saw the medals.
With some luck, a good swimmer could make it safely to some island. It is quite possible that there may be many microscopic islets scattered around.
You're not just saying that.
It is a parent duty to hope. It is foolish to rule out the possibilities that have not been tested. I myself have not surrendered hope. How old is Vinod?
14. Yesterday, he was 14. His father and uncle will take him down to the Taj and give him a very big birthday party. I couldn't go with them because I couldn't get 2 weeks off from my stupid job in June. My sons, though 4 years apart, were very close. Vino Tulin let me to drown, electrical engineer. Such pretty roses.
My wife loved pink roses.